Hi, I'm Sunny Leone, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
I was talking to you before the interview started. I've been reading. You've come out with a book of stories, which is called Sweet Dreams. I've almost finished it, and I've been reading like say 2-3 stories at a time because one has to pause and think, because of the nature of the writing, and it's like extremely interesting and engaging as well. But as I was telling you, what happens is that it has a lot of sensuousness into it, but somewhere what percolates is the goodness that we've known as far as you are concerned. That you like to have a certain good aspect about the entire thing, even if it's like a one-night stand, or even in an airplane if any encounter happens. So there's a certain basic thing about it. These things can happen. Maybe people do fantasize about that. So is it fine to say that that is how you think, that you like that two people should always live together, and you have a very, I think, romantic view of life in a way as well? The way it has been said by India Today is that Mills and Boons meets 50 Shades of Grey.
The way that I see intimate moments or sex and people getting together, and how I don't see it in a bad, shameful.
Absolutely,
it shouldn't be painful.
It should not be, actually.
It shouldn't be hurtful. It shouldn't be physically violent. I mean, that's my view. Everybody has their own views in life. I see love and intimacy and romance, and sex is just a part of it, and it's just the way that you get to know that person. Either you want to have a one-night stand with, or you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or you want to make that person your husband or your wife. And I enjoyed these stories a lot. And there's one that is an airplane experience, and then there's one that is about a husband and wife, and about a husband who passes away, and
the one.
How in that loss and in that heartache of not having that person, how someone from the world beyond still has such a hold on you. And for this young woman, it was, an intimate moment, something she was remembering, and, certain situations, I don't know, it's just, I see it, so it should be love.
No, definitely. In fact, as I spoke about the goodness part of it, it percolates, and it has a, once you're done with the reading with any of the stories, you just pause and think about that. Like say, for example, that particular one where that woman, she gets divorced, and she's living alone, and then she turns voyeuristic, and she's observing a man in her locality, and whatever happens after that. So that in a way is a very nice thing as well, because that she's finding happiness in a strange way after all the unhappiness episodes that she has had in life as well.
Yeah. I mean, we encounter so many different people with so many different issues, where two couples are just not engaging anymore. But why? Why? What is the root of the problem or the issue? I mean, that is all individually based, and these stories are all fictional, but, we all find intimacy, in different ways, or we see it in different ways. So. And
do you feel that couples, if they read these stories, they can also find, like say, that particular one where that couple who have been together for 10 years, and somehow they've lost a bit of spark in their physical intimacy, and how they just in a way role reversals, or the way they just reinvent their entire life. Do you feel that it is something that is a concern for a lot of people in practical lives as well, and maybe they can learn a few things from here and there if they...
I think that, as a couple, as somebody who's been married for a long time, things change, your views change, you get busy, your intimate life is not the same when you first met, the honeymoon period is over. But if you want that, and you love that person, and you trust them, and know that they wouldn't do anything to hurt you, then you should definitely try and figure out how to rekindle some of those feelings. Maybe it's not going to be the same as before, but at least you are focusing on maybe something new, new feelings you might have, or new thoughts or ideas, or, sometimes when you just sit in a chair and you just look at each other for 5 minutes, emotions are going to come out no matter what, even if you say nothing to each other and just look at each other, or, go for a walk, or, before bed, make sure you sit in bed and you guys look and talk to each other and talk to each other about each other's days. I mean, recreate some of that intimacy that might have been lost.